Greetings and welcome to another edition of Big Freakin' Toys. I'm Mac Daddio.
And I'm Poptart.
And today we're going to talk about a figure from the 2001 licensing of Zack Snyder's visual tour de force Sucker Punch. This is the Babydoll figure from Hot Toys. The movie Sucker Punch came from visionary director Zack Snyder, who also directed 300, Watchmen, and the more recent Man of Steel. And even though the film didn't do very well in the theaters because the story was very cerebral to most people, it actually did develop a large cult following after its release to DVD and Blu-ray. And when Hot Toys picked up the license to this film, they had to produce the most central figure to the whole story, and that was, of course, Babydoll. So let's get started on this great figure by talking about the packaging that comes with it. The box that comes with this figure is very typical of Hot Toys' stellar package design. They know that most collectors are going to display the box on the shelf along with the figure that comes in it, so they want to make sure that the box has really good shelf appeal. And this box in particular has got some very interesting details that stays in line with the design of the film. It's got a very nice, slightly raised, glossy pattern on the blue lid of this box. It kind of looks like a lace doily, along with some little details that makes it look like gold riveting. It's got an elastic strap that holds the box top down. Once you undo that strap, you can pull the box top off, and inside you see the figure inside the plastic window. And of course it has the traditional clear plastic trays that lock together to hold the figure in place. It's a very nice design on the inside box. It has the Babydoll picture and the name of the sculptors and all the other craftsmen that worked on it. But this box has got very nice coloring, and it definitely fits the theme of this character very well. And that's why we gave it a 5 out of 5 star score. This is an excellent box. It'll look great on your shelf.
For this category, we gave it a pretty low score, which was a 3 out of 5 stars. And this was because there's something off about the sculpt. Now, Emily Browning's face has a pretty unusual structure, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Her face is very beautiful, but it is a little difficult to sculpt. So what's wrong with the sculpt is that her cheeks are too wide, her lips are too small, and her nose is not the right shape at all, per se. But there are a few good things about this sculpt, and that is the shoes and the gauze on her hand. Now, the shoes are very detailed and look very realistic, as well as the gauze, which from afar looks like real cloth. Overall, the positives and the negatives come together and get a very solid score of 3 out of 5 stars. In this category, we gave it a solid 4 out of 5 stars. Now, what docked off a full solid point was mentioned earlier, the face. Now, I know that I mentioned the face in the previous category, but this painting and sculpt goes hand in hand. She could have benefited from glossier cheeks, which gives the name Babydoll a bit more meaning, as in the movie she looks like a doll, and she also would have benefited from a bit darker eyeliner that would contrast that very pale skin tone. That being said, there are some very good points to the paint, and that is, as mentioned earlier, the shoes have a very realistic color to them, making them look like real leather, and the gauze actually has some very interesting contrast to them, making it look absolutely real and not sculpting or plastic at all. And also, even her stomach has very subtle and very nice paint splatters to them to make it look like a realistic skin texture. And that is why we gave this category a 4 out of 5 star score.
One of the great things about Hot Toys figures is the articulation that they come with. There's all sorts of great poses that you can make with these figures. For this character in particular, we gave the score of 4 out of 5. There's great articulation in this body. This is a body that they use over and over for their female figures, and it works really, really well in different poses. The only reason they got a 4 out of 5 instead of a full 5 is because of the ankle joints in particular. The ankle joints on this figure are very, very weak. If this stand wasn't under the figure, this figure probably would not be able to stand very long. Another area where there was a bit of concern about flexibility is the wrist on this side Her left wrist is very, very loose. It's very difficult to make her hold a gun in one hand on this side because the wrist tends to sag a bit. But overall, you can get some great posability options. And that's why she got a 4 out of 5 stars.
I want it all. I want it all. I need it all. Right now. I want it all.
Now here is a very special category. Growing up, I loved playing with Barbie dolls, and they had exceptional outfits, and this, ladies, is no exception. In this category, we gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. And there's nothing really negative, but this is probably just me nitpicking, but the stockings have a tendency to slide down, and there's really no way to fix it, but this outfit is amazing. They got it down to the last detail. The scarf in the front and back has distressing and discoloration to make it look like it's dirty, and it's been worn through all those awesome action-packed scenes that she's in. The buttons are real and actually sewn in. The pleats in the skirt are very sharp and they're very well done, so that it looks realistic. Also, the stripes are sewn in, they're not just painted on. And what really ties in this epic fighter look is the holster. It's detailed to make it look like it's real leather, and there's even a button that can snap together to make the gun stay in place. Overall, we gave this a 4.5 out of 5 star rating because this outfit is awesome. And girls, like, really, who doesn't like an outfit on the dolls? This is a rule. Every girl knows that when you have a killer outfit, you need to have some awesome weaponry to go with it. And ladies, this is never going to be an exception. We gave this a perfect 5 out of 5 star score. And this is because she has so much stuff and how well detailed all of it is. My favorite weapon is the katana. It's made out of real metal, and on both sides it has very detailed etching. My second favorite item is the map case, and there are 2 things that really make this stand out. The first one is that it's finely stitched and looks a lot like leather, and the second one is that it actually opens up, and unfortunately, even though there is no map inside it, you can put things inside it. Next, we have the chain with the key on it. She also has 6 pairs of hands, including 2 that are already attached when she comes in the box. Next, we have her pistol, and this is a very special item. The etchings on either side of the pistol match the ones on the katana, and they even have very detailed charms on the end, just like in the movie. The pistol also comes with 2 ammunition clips. Second to last, we have her automatic weapon, and what makes it special is that it also has moving parts. The shoulder stock comes out, the strap is adjustable, and the folding grip actually folds out. Lastly, we have the earpiece, which she uses to constantly keep in touch with her fighting team. Overall, we gave this a 5 out of 5 star rating because each item is so finely detailed and deserves that perfect score.
Turn off your mind, relax and float downstream.
On a figure like this, it's very important to make sure that you match the prototype photos, and we've talked about the importance of the prototype photos before. Unfortunately, this figure really didn't hit the mark very well. We were only able to give it a 3 out of 5 star score, and those of us that were reviewing the figure all agreed that the likeness in the photos was much better than the actual product. Now, that's not to say that the figure doesn't look like the actors or that it's a bad sculpt, but when you compare the two, there's very, very large differences between the prototype and what finally arrived. That's not to say it's a bad figure. It certainly looks great on a shelf, and if you look at the figure, you would probably be able to tell that it is from that movie. Overall, we gave it a 3 out of 5, and that's a really good score for a figure of this type. Overall, this is a really great figure. It comes with some great accessories, and it's got a great outfit and looks great on a shelf. We also like the real hair as opposed to sculpted hair. It looks good for the female characters. Overall, we gave this a 4 out of 5. It's a good solid score with a great figure from this wonderful movie. You can find these and other great Hot Toys figures at Sideshow Collectibles. They're the only official U.S. distributor for Hot Toys figures. That's sideshowtoys.com. Or you can go to Hot Toys and check out the figures on their site, which is hottoys.com.hk. Unfortunately, this figure is no longer available, so the only place you'd be able to find it would be Amazon. But definitely be checking back with Hot Toys and Sideshow to make sure you stay on top of all the new releases so that you don't miss out.
Be sure to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And finally, we want to leave off with our question for this video, which is, what is your favorite Zack Snyder movie? And so until next time, this is Mac Daddio.
And this is Poptart.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.
Push the button, Frank. Do you ever get this awkward moment when you realize you're never gonna get your own movie? I live in a brothel! A brothel! And you're complaining that you're never gonna get your own movie? I can't even look at you, you soulless redhead.
Hey, I'm Batman. Wanna know my secret identity?
You're kind of the reason why I got a lobotomy.
But
It's true.
I'm Batman. I don't wear hockey pads.
Okay.
I live in a Batcave. I'm the hero Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs.